Welcome to the Big Bud DLC first look video with me, MrSealyp. So it's finally here. The Big Bud pack, as you can probably tell, is out and downloaded, and I'm on American Outback. So this is going to be a first look at what you get in the Big Bud DLC. There'll be obviously more guide tos that I normally do on various bits of equipment. I'm going to probably break it down into sowing machines, Cedars, cultivators, subsoilers, plows, and then probably the manure spreader on the end. So there'll be sections I'll do kind of guide tos on, but this is just an overview of what you get, a quick look around the bits of machinery and see what's available. So starting off with obviously the Big Bud itself. If we go in here to tractors, the Big Bud 747. This has 1,100 horsepower. It comes in three variations. You can have standard wheel, twin wheel, triple wheel. To get the triple wheel requires an extra 24,000 to buy, but if you look at it, the prices aren't that bad. 405,000. I mean, that puts it in the range of the quad track, the Challengers. You know, it's not ridiculously expensive. It's not crazy money. So there you go. Well, this is the standard single wheel. The detail on it, and you can get so close up and still retain that detail. It doesn't go blurry or anything like that. Power shift. Wow. Just have a quick jump in and a quick look inside. It's all pretty good. I like the fact you've got a big rear window. You can see out, it's not blocked or anything like that. Plenty of good visibility all the way around. Quick look around it itself. I mean, it's ridiculous. It is so big. Obviously hinged. Now, there's no 3-point linkage on the back, but I will get to that in a little while. This will pull anything. It will pull a house. Let's be honest. You know, it's crazy horsepower. So that's the standard. Exactly the same chassis, cab, everything else. Twin wheel is getting into the wall. This is going to block an entire road kind of category, and it does. But again, twin exhaust stacks for belching stuff out, which is wonderful. Engine details, really, really nice. And then we've got the same thing again, but the triple wheel version. I don't know why I keep laughing. It is insanity. There you go, triple wheel version. It is big, properly big. All the rest of the details are exactly the same. So what I'm going to do is fire it up. Let's get in it. All very nice. And then when you drive it, it sounds tremendous. Your usual as well with this exhaust stacks, that when it idles it's fine. As soon as you accelerate, we get that smoke. Nice little details. Now, I don't think it has beacons. Nope. Nice horn. Like that. Lights. No main beam option. Front, rears, and then off. But very, very nice, very, very big, very, very powerful. Like I say, that won't have a problem pulling anything. Now, the Big Bud 747, lovely, all very nice. We've then got in the pack the Big Bud 450, which should be called the Little Bud really. Smaller Bud? I don't know. It's a smaller version. Anyway, the Big Bud 450 is 500 horsepower. Just a slightly smaller version. I mean, 500 horsepower is not to be sniffed at. Plenty of pulling power. Same with that again. No 3-point linkage on the back, but we'll get onto that in a little while. Nice array of lights and various different things. Same thing with this. Interior is all very nice. I know on the Big Bud 747 there's what looks like a rear camera. This one hasn't got it, but if you look here, it's got like a rear camera here. I don't know whether on PC versions, possibly, you might have the option to, it might have the camera view inside, I don't know. But this one as well. Hasn't got quite the same engine note or sound as the Big Bud 747, but very, very nice all the same. And does the job. I've been using that for shunting around the yard, actually. Yeah, horn's great. Lights again, fronts, rears. Oh, there's main beam on this one. Okay. Right, jump out. So that's the tractor side of things. They're the Big Buds. You know, realistically, that's not going to cause much trouble on the road. That looks awesome. That's insane. I don't know what you... I mean, I suppose if you put triple wheels on, you'd be wanting to spread the load over a field. I guess would work, wouldn't it? Now, onto the equipment you get in the Big Bud DLC. Starting off over in this corner, because I've kind of put it in an order so my head can kind of get around what's going on. So, starting off, and it depends what order you go in and have a look in the store, but we have, under Auger Wagons, we have got the Brent Avalanche 1596. This is a 53,000 litre capacity. You can have it in wheel or crawler track. I just got that because I thought the crawler track looked absolutely awesome on that. So in here, under Auger Wagons, there we go, the Brent Avalanche 1596, 53,000 litres. You can change the main colour from green to red, and you can have it as standard with wheels or with the crawler track. So that's all very lovely. So, Auger Wagon, or Chaser Bin, whatever you'd rather call it. Moving on, onto sowers and Cedars. We have got the, I have to get this right, Hatzenbichler, I think it is. Hatzenbichler, this is the Terminator Th 18 Cedar. This is 18 metres, I think it is, and it's a direct drill, so no previous cultivation is required. I need to go back and find it. Where are we? Here we go. So 450 horsepower required to pull it, 18 metres wide, and it does say this machine offers the possibility to seed directly, so you don't need to cultivate or plough, unless obviously you're trying to improve the yield of the field, and ploughing is required anyway. But this doesn't have a seed tank on it. It has to be used in conjunction with a seed tank of some description. Again, this is not a guide to. I'm not going to be opening these up or anything yet. It's just to show you what you kind of get in the pack. These are big bits of machinery. So to go alongside that, you've got the Hatzenbichler, and this is the Th 1400 seed tank. It's 1,000. No, it's not 1,400. It's 14,000. It's got a 14,000 litre capacity. And in fiddling around with this while I was moving it around, there are some really nice features on this and the other seed tank we've got available on the DLC. This kind of auger pipe swings round, so you can actually use a trailer. You can tip seed into here, and it can refill this in the field, or you can just fill it directly from a seed tank if you want to anyway. But there's some nice details on that, so that will work in conjunction with this. My other theory, and I'm assuming this will work, I don't see any reason why this seed tank won't work in conjunction with any other seeder, unless it's only been kind of programmed to work with this specifically. But that'll be something to look at in the guide too, whether or not this will hook up to other seeders as well, which will give you a much better capacity on your seeding. So that's the first of our sewing machines. Then we move on to this bad boy here, which is huge. This is the Great Plains, and this is, where are we? This is the Great Plains YP2425A, and it is 5,800 litre capacity, 18.2 meters wide. It's big, it's a big sewing machine. This one doesn't say it cultivates, but interestingly, if you look at the bottom where it says all the seeds you can do, if you look at this one here, this one does your usual. It does wheat, barley, canola, soybean, and mine's gone blank. All seed rape. Oh yeah, cover crop and grass. This one does all of those, but it also does the corn, sunflower, and sugar beet. So normally you have one that does one lot, one that does the other lot. This one kind of combines both lots, which is quite nice. Doesn't do grass, but it does do all the others. So nice bit of kit. So we'll have a quick look around this. This is a nice wide one. Seed tank on the back. Now again, I don't know whether or not this could be used in conjunction with a seed tank. It's possible. That's something I have to have a look at. But anyway, that's the Great Plains Cedar, which moves me on to the next piece of sewing machinery. Cedar. This is the Cedar XL toolbar, 84 foot, 25.6 meters. It's just huge, and just absolutely huge. But again, this has no seed tank. Have a quick look in here. There we go. So the XL toolbar, 84 foot. This is another one that doesn't require any previous cultivating or ploughing. It's a direct drill. This will do all of the crops up to grass, but won't do the extra bits. But it does require 640 horsepower, so you are going to need a big old bit of machinery to pull this one along. But it will do a massive job for you in the process. Very, very nice. This DLC, the detailing is fantastic. It really, really is brilliant. I know when the Coon Pack came out and people were complaining and stuff wasn't big enough, we need big stuff for big maps and big fields, and you've definitely got it. With this DLC, it is well worth the money. The Coon one, debatable. This one, absolutely worth every penny for the machinery you get. Some of this machinery can easily be used on lots of other maps as well, not just big open maps. It'll be hard to get this down country lanes and things like that, but it is usable. So, in conjunction with this, the Seedhawk toolbar, you need a seed trailer. So with that, we've got the Seedhawk 980 air cart. Again, huge bit of machinery. You can have this with single rear wheel axle or double rear wheel axle. I stuck it on double because I just thought it looked interesting. Same thing again, when we get to look at these in more detail, it has got like an auger pipe that can come out for loading and unloading, or you can do it directly. Jump up here and have a quick look. These open up and fill up. It is massive. This takes 34,500 litres. Again, we'll have a quick look in here. The air cart, standard or rear twin wheels, and it's massive. Absolutely massive. The fact that you can take all the seed types, again, this I assume you can hook up to any seeder if you wanted to, as long as you've got the horsepower to pull it. You could probably hook this up to any seeder as well, and it will work. I guess it depends whether you've got the hook points on the back, but it should do. So that's the Seedhawk 980 air cart. Right, Moving swiftly on, we have got Cultivators, our Cultivators section you get with the DLC. We have got an Agrisem Plow Platinum. So we will have a look in here. So Agrisem Plow Platinum. Now this is a subsoiler, and this was mentioned to me the other day. The Jimper plows that come under the plow section are subsoilers, not actually plows, but in game they give you the same effect. So this one does say it prepares the field for the next sowing. It can be used instead of a plow, so it has almost like big deep chisel plows. It goes right down into the subsoil and turns everything over. This is an 8-meter plow, which is, I mean, you know, subsoiler cultivator, which is pretty impressive. Again, nice bit of kit, great details. When it opens out like butterflies open both sides, and then you've got this little bit then that butterflies out again. It's fantastic, and we will be looking at these in more detail. But that's the Agrisem Plow. Moving on, we have the Bednar Swifter Sm 18,000. This is an 18.2 meter cultivator. I mean, the sizes just boggle the mind. Yeah, it's another huge one. We'll go in and have another look. So, the Swifter. It requires 500 horsepower to pull it, 18.2 metres, and it cultivates the field for the next sowing. There are no additional bits that go with this. The prices are all as they say in game. Some of the stuff's not cheap, but when you consider what it does, the size of it, worth every penny. Absolutely worth every penny. Moving on again, we come to the Flexicoil. This is, I've actually tried this one out because I was just curious how it opened all out. That's why it looks a little bit dirty. But anyway, the Flexicoil, what's it called? ST820. This requires 500 horsepower to pull it, and it is a 24 meter cultivator. So we've got an 8 meter plow cultivator, 18 meter, 24 meter cultivator. It looks like a shriveled up spider. It kind of all opens up. But anyway, yeah, it's big, very very big, very very nice. Not much else to say. It's a cultivator, but it's just wide, really wide. Again, the detailing is just wow. Sort of the chisel, deep plough, subsoiling bits, and all the rest of it. It's just, yeah, brilliant, absolutely fantastic. So that's cultivators you get with the pack. Moving on again, we have got our plough section. Now, under ploughs, we have got a Gregoire Besson. The Gregoire Besson has a trailer lifter. Now, this is interesting. This is what I was talking about. The big buds not having 3-point linkages at the back, just kind of a trailer hook. So what you can do is use this. The trailer lifter hooks up with a normal trailer hook, but the back of it is a 3-point linkage. So any vehicle you've got that doesn't have a 3-point linkage, you can use this as an interim part, kind of like a 3-point link dolly, if you want to call it that, which you can use that, which will link onto this plough, which obviously requires a 3-point linkage. So that's the trailer lifter, and then the plough itself is an SPSL9, and it is big, 10.5 meter plough, which is rather wide. And it requires 550 horsepower to pull this, but it is very very big, very very nice. Covers a lot of ground very very quickly. So in ploughs, we go along past our Lemkin Salfords. There we go. The trailed lifter, 15,000, which isn't too bad at all. And then we've got the plough itself. Now this says you can have universal shares, the plough shares on it, or finger body shares. Now I haven't got the one with finger body shares. Actually, you know what? Let's lease that and have a quick look. So, standard plough shares, universal, kind of the plough shares you get on a plough. So over here now we should have one with finger shares. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, got it. So they come out more in fingers than they do one solid piece of metal. So that's the finger share option, as opposed to the standard plough share. Hope you can all see that nice and clearly. Very very nice. Right. Which brings me on to the last piece of equipment that you get in the DLC. And let's be honest, you're getting your money's worth, aren't you? I mean, I know I've got 3 of those at the back there, but this is a lot of equipment. It really is. So, the last piece of equipment that you get is the Brochard Constructeur, and it is a manure spreader. It is a Colossal manure spreader. So we go across to manure spreaders. There we go, the EV2200 120WR. It has got a 15-metre spread on it, but it carries 70,000 litres of manure. To put it in perspective, that does 32,000 litres. So, over double. You know, the spread's not much. It's, you know, it's 15 metres. It's no bigger than the other ones you get, but the capacity means you'll be able to go much longer. And obviously, on bigger fields, you need to be able to keep going longer. So a quick look round. The colour's interesting. You're certainly not going to lose it anywhere. And at the back, some serious muck spreading machinery. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And there you have it, a first look at the Big Bud DLC. There's a lot going on, there's a lot to learn, there's a lot to play with. Just taking these bits of machinery out one at a time and opening them up is going to be fascinating enough. Seeing how different bits link together, trying different combinations, is going to be fascinating. And I'm sure you could probably do a guide to for each piece of machinery, which could take weeks. I'm sure I've probably missed stuff, and I no doubt people will mention things that I've missed, things I should have said, things I should have pointed out. This is kind of a first look round at it all, see what's available, see what you get, what's in the box kind of thing. What's in the box is awesomeness. Big, chunky, high horsepower, high capacity, awesomeness. So, that's it from me on this kind of first look round at what you get. It's one thing looking at it on a website or a web page and a list of the equipment you get with some pictures, seeing it in 3D, looking at the sizes, gives it a kind of whole new dimension to it. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I hope you found it insightful, useful, interesting, informative, whatever you might have found it. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share the video, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.